What's going on, collectors? Today, we're taking a look at the exotic, enchanting Chun-Li from TriEagles Studios' Crystal series. Gracefully leaning against a wooden table, TriEagles Studios seamlessly blends Chun-Li's iconic ox-horns hair with her newer battle outfit of Street Fighter IV, offering a fresh perspective of this beloved character. Featuring elements of traditional Chinese architecture, we're presented with the serene ambience of an elegant warrior, adorned with the intricate details including a turquoise gold phoenix atop a temple rooftop. This masterpiece embodies the essence of Chun-Li's martial arts prowess. From the meticulously crafted wood architecture to the elegant silk curtain with gold accents, every element showcases TriEagles Studios' beautiful take on this longtime favorite of the series. So right off the bat, this is an absolutely gorgeous Chun-Li, along with the incredible Chinese architecture at that. Check out this close-up of the portrait. This looks even better than the stock photos. We've got that wet, glassy shine to the eyes, we've got the pearl earrings, we've got an elegant set of some glossy lipstick and eyeshadow, and of course the oxhorn buns with silk ribbons that are incredibly iconic to Chun-Li. So moving around, you can see those oxhorn buns have a bit of a pearly shine to them as well, so a nice glossy touch there. Got a candied ivory white shine to both the buns and the spiked bracelets, also the ribbons. And so before we move down, let's actually go up and take a look at this phoenix on the rooftop. Now I'm pretty sure this is polystone, but the paint job absolutely makes it look like weathered turquoise with actual gold accents. So there's no official description that this is a phoenix, and feel free to comment if I'm actually incorrect on that, but that's certainly my best guess. I love how it's perched upon this weathered looking temple rooftop, and then we have this floral design right below it. And so the rest of this shrine is made of actual wood that's both painted gold and turquoise and stained medium coffee brown with varnish to finish. Ironically, the tree limbs in the back are made of polystone, only painted to look like wood, but the complexity of the design may have made that much more feasible in the production. Of course, we've got these lovely zen yellow flowers on the branches that appear to be yellow trumpets, but feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. And we have this architectural cloud built into the middle of the shrine with plastic clouds in front that's a bit more modest to the rest of the advanced detail of the statue, but still gives it some great balance nonetheless. And so if you haven't already noticed, this one is a particularly busty version of Chun-Li. That's also something that's akin to a lot of TriEagles Studios. They tend to go a little busty. And one for the gentlemen and gentlewomen, we must get an extra close-up of this bust. I'm not sure if I've actually seen her with this much bust in the games though. Elegant, yet very sexual for Chun-Li, which might explain why they chose the battle outfit instead of her traditional chi pao from Street Fighter II. And so taking a look at the back, we have some nice definition of the scapulas, the spine, but overall a bit daintier than usual with the definition of muscle, and of course the impossible to miss side boob. And so we can't forget this golden wrestler looking champion belt that's part of her battle costume design, and the tassel that's hanging below that has a nice ornament rope design as well. Up close it looks a bit plasticky with the same flat shade of color, however a real rope would have been much harder to hold shape, so it gets the job done. And overall at a distance it looks just fine, and is very iconic to her battle costume. Now she is pretty busty in the games wearing this battle costume, but this is more like Mai Shiranui of Fatal Fury and King of Fighters busty. By sheer luck they never fall out. So let's go ahead and move down. We have these more slender than usual legs. Got this polystone wooden floor that's painted and textured just like wood. Looks great. A little bit of accessories, and of course the nameplate. That's a nice gold finish. Really great shine on that. Chun-Li above and beyond. So this is probably one of the top criticisms of the statue, and it's the fact that her legs are just very slender. Chun-Li's known for thunder thighs. I'm talking jacked, ready to kick through a brick wall, perhaps wooden 4x4 and human bones. She's well known for her kicks. However, this is a signature style of many TriEagles Studio statues, so it's certainly expected. And it does look like we took a lot of influence from Maya Shiranui's legs as well. So I don't have their Maya Shiranui statue in person to compare, however here are some of their stock photos they use in a lot of the stores. As you can see, it looks like they recycled a lot of the same proportions for the bust and the legs on the Chun-Li, however it gets the job done, and it's a nice original template to work with on a couple of statues. And so you can see her arms are also pretty slender for Chun-Li, however it's expected for the Crystal series line of statues. So we certainly have a voluptuous rear as well, with the battle costume flowing down the legs. So in contrast to the intricate fabric of the battle costume, her skin is a smooth pastel color, with some shadows on the legs, but most of the shadows and details on the torso above. And it works. It's a very dainty yet busty statue, akin to Mai Shiranui. So let's go ahead and continue with the details. We have this nice grip on the bottom of her shoe. We have this very elegant gold accent on the battle costume. Some very minimalist martial arts footwear. An ever so subtle texture going back up the legs here, as you can see around the ankles and lower calves. Maybe not so much on the thighs though. A zen touch of the yellow trumpet flower and blue incense pot next to the legs of this cherry wood table. A rather cherry pie delicious wood finish of an actual wood table. The yellow flower is permanently affixed to the base, however the blue incense pot can be rearranged to your liking. So taking a closer look at this turquoise gold base, it has a very much Victorian essence. With the traditional Chinese floral design, we're certainly not holding back on the gold trim. So let's take a closer look at this wooden partition in the back. So we've got this lattice design, a little bit of the gold corners as well, very elegant floral centerpiece, and a nice coffee stain with a little bit of weathering. And taking a closer look at the curtain, we have the red tassels, a silky smooth sheet that sways through the wind with gold accents at the very bottom, and a few of those yellow trumpet flowers as well. I still can't get over how much elegant gold paint is throughout this entire statue, but especially on the shrine background architecture. It's certainly a marvel in itself. So atop the wooden table is this scroll and a very cherry polished finish. Let's go ahead and shine some light in different angles to get this scroll. Her knee does block it at most angles. However, here's a view of the scroll with Chun-Li moved out of the way. Feel free to comment if you know what this means. So as far as assembly options are concerned, it's pretty straightforward. You start out by inserting the tree into the base, then the wall of the shrine into the base in front of the tree, and then magnetically attach the curtain. It's a pretty strong magnet. And then the rooftop to the shrine. It's pretty structurally sound up there. And of course the mystical turquoise gold phoenix statue also holds just fine. And both of these are magnetic as well at that. And then the cherry wood table with the scroll permanently affixed. And the blue incense pot. That one's up to your discretion. And finally, Chun-Li herself, with a foot peg that slides right into the base. As you can see, the hand lines right up with the table, so no problems there. It's a pretty straightforward assembly process, nothing too complicated. However, you want to follow it in this particular order, and TriEagles Studios was awesome enough to include an instructional manual of this process. A visual guide to make sure there's full success with the assembly. A great set of illustrated steps with all the numbers, the different parts, and where they go on the base, along with some additional tips on the back page. And a certificate of authenticity that also includes a coin in the package, so really above and beyond with all the different touches here. And the certificate with the hologram logo and all the gold lettering and border, man, this stuff's a nice touch. And holy cow, their statue gloves are the best fitting statue gloves, highest quality ones I've ever worn. I'm not kidding there, these are great. Already got a little dirt on them, I need to wash them. They've been busy handling statues. And a bird's eye view, because why not? Lots of top-down bubbly details, and of course the rooftop architecture that we couldn't really see from just straight on. And another angle of great appreciation of gentlemen and gentlewomen to see below the architecture in areas we couldn't see in previous shots. And here's an extra close-up of the architecture with Chun-Li removed, just so we can get those extra details, so we can see a lot more of the tree, the yellow trumpets, the wooden partition, all kinds of stuff going on here. And an extra close-up of that creamy cloud with the snaky gel overlapping pieces. Simplistic, minimalistic. So in summation, I am thoroughly impressed. This is the first TriEagles Studio statue I've acquired, and I would say it's certainly grail worthy. A lot better than I expected. I already thought it was a great statue, the architecture, the interesting, elegant, sexy Chun-Li, a little bit very different in proportions compared to most Chun-Li statues, and also the game. One can argue it's a bit sexualized, yet a deeper dive in the Chinese Zen elegance of Chun-Li's ancestry. Sure, she's bustier and daintier and less muscular, certainly less thunderous than her thighs, but it's a masterful piece if you really take it all in. Love it or leave it, I love it. I wish more statues had this level of detail in the architecture. And call it crazy, but I'm still not sure if this is Chun-Li or merely Mai Shiranui dressed as Chun-Li. She's pulling a fast one. And ultimately, she may be a multiverse Chun-Mai Li Ranui. But regardless, she's good enough for me. Until next time, thanks for watching.